What's up, Nerfers? My name is Jay, and there's more and more content inbound, but before that, I did want to get a few reviews out of the way. There's something really special coming, but for the moment, I finally got my Ceda. I pre-ordered this thing last September? Something like that. Either way, it's been a long time coming, and I'm actually kind of excited to see how it does. So let's get right to it. I'm going to open it up and show you guys what it looks like on the inside, and we'll go from there. Okay, I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to see this on your end, but there are a few pieces of paper in this box. First paper is from Jet Blaster. It says, "Dear pre-order customer, congratulations. You are now a proud owner of the Close Engagement Dart Assault Blaster." That's what it stands for. Close Engagement Dart Assault Blaster. Ceda, Close Engagement Dart Assault Blaster, which marks Jet Blaster's milestone as its first full blaster with complete internals. As part of the first batch that pre-ordered the Ceda Blaster, we would like to extend our appreciation by throwing in an additional clear bolt sled for the Omni RT internals kit it comes with. We hope you enjoy and discover the limitless possibilities with the Ceda, and we appreciate your continued support in the future. Clearly, there are more exciting things to come. From everyone here at Jet, thank you. Yeah, because I did pre-order this, so that comes with a clear bolt sled, so that's really cool. Thank you for that, Jet Blaster. So, I've got schematics right here, some instructions showing me step by step on how to put this thing together. And I will probably be doing that off camera because, I mean, if you guys get it, you'll get these instructions as well. But so anyways, I feel like it's time to show you guys what exactly is in the box. So this might be a little difficult, but as you can see, this is the packaging that it comes in. It's very well packaged, I will say. Everything is packaged very nicely. Everything's got its own little compartment. It even comes with a 12-round magazine, which is pretty cool. It is for full-length darts currently. But this thing has been advertised to shoot both, you know, Stefan-sized half-length darts and full-size darts from this system. So without making any internal modifications, you might need like a katana adapter or something like that. But yeah, it's basically able to shoot either full-length or half-length darts. Alright, so here's what the blaster should look like once it's all together. It was relatively easy to put together. It's fairly straightforward. This whole blue section snaps onto the white section. The bottom portion, there are these little guides in here that run along ridges that are on the white part. So it's all kind of intuitive. The only issue that I found with putting it on and taking it off is that the tolerance is really tight on this top part here. So you really have to use some force to snap it in place. All together, this is what it should look like. These screws, these thumb screws on the outside, thread right into the bolt sled, which I think is a neat little touch. I'm also a big fan of the stock. The stock is really solid. I like that a lot, and it's just about the right distance for me. I like to have the blaster in a little close. So this is perfect for me. It's really not all that much longer than an Elite Alpha Trooper, which is my always forever primary, but I might have to run this in a few Nerf wars just to see how it performs compared to the EAT. Now on the box it's rated for 100 FPS. That's what it's shooting out of the box. Unfortunately, I do not have a chronograph to kind of measure that up with. Also, not sure how I feel about these pins. I mean, the pin themselves is fine, but these really rattle, don't they? So some cons that I'm seeing right off the bat. Trigger pull's definitely a little gunky. It's not so bad when it's primed, but if you're just kind of playing with the trigger, it definitely feels a little gross. That kind of tells me that there must be a strong spring on the trigger catch itself, so I'm not too, that's kind of nitpicky. One thing I really don't like, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to show this, but there is a safety, which is neat, but you really have to use a lot of effort to engage and disengage the safety. The mag release is right in here. It's actually comfier than I thought it would be. It's fairly intuitive placement just because it's right below where my finger wants to rest naturally. So that's nice and quick. And there's one on the other side, so it is an ambidextrous blaster. Priming's fairly smooth, actually. I'm pretty impressed. So they included this 12-round magazine, which is pretty neat. It's their own design, it looks like. And it looks like this thing is ambidextrous, meaning that you can put in darts on either side. It isn't just one side only, so that's really cool. Just make sure you load your darts all facing the same direction and not like crisscross. Then you'll have trouble. One thing I didn't mention is that they also included 12 rounds of Jet Blaster nipple darts. So these are the dome head darts. These are banned in most events that I go to, so I wouldn't be using them there. But I'm going to go ahead and load up this magazine and just cycle through them real quick. Alright, so I've got everything loaded up. I'm going to cycle through just this 12-round mag real quick, and loading is actually really smooth. I'm impressed, but I'm going to cycle through real fast. And there you have it. That's a 12-round mag cycled through without any issue. So the weather is so nice out, so I'm going to take this operation outside a little bit, and I'm going to put it through its paces a little bit, just to give you an idea of how this whole thing operates. Alright guys, so you'll have to forgive me. The sun is directly in my eyes, and I didn't bring sunglasses out, so if I'm a little squinty, I apologize. Anyways, so we're going to do a quick outdoor firing demonstration. This is actually my first time doing anything like this. I feel like Random Shadow a little bit. What are the ranges? Guess we'll find out. So there's definitely a lot of variance between the shots that go a long way and the shots that don't. I'm using AccuFakes currently, so there might be some drag on the barrel. Maybe AccuFakes just aren't the best darts for this particular blaster, but I have a lot of AccuFakes and a lot of waffle darts, so we'll see how those do in actual combat. I'm probably going to beef up the spring on this anyways, but let's give you some far shots, and then we'll go back inside and do some pros and cons. So, I want to quickly go over the pros and cons of this blaster and then call it a video. So starting with the grip, I found that there's really no way to prime this effectively. There's no way to get a good grip on this unless you got like one finger right over the front of it. You just don't get enough grip. This plastic is too smooth. Jet Blaster, if you're listening or watching this video, I'd recommend giving this a rougher finish, making these, you know, finger divot, you know, cutout areas a little bit deeper, just so there's a little bit more to kind of hold on to. Next con, I'm not really sure if this is a con or not. It's kind of subjective, but I'm not really a big fan of these, you know, rings on the locking pegs here. I understand that they're there for a reason, but they're so rattled. Next con is this safety. This safety is really, really gross. I don't know if it is just too tight a tolerance or what the actual issue is, but either way, that safety, I might have to go in there and actually file that down or something, because that's all friction, it feels like. So onto the trigger pull. This trigger pull, you don't really notice it that much when firing, but I still think it deserves to be mentioned. It's just really gross feeling. And the final con that I found for this blaster is out-of-the-box performance really is just kind of subpar. I think that's kind of the point though. you know, it's kind of a moddable platform, so I'm going to definitely be throwing a stronger spring in this, and then we'll see how it does then. Interestingly enough, at one point, this double loaded, so it misfired at one point, and then on the next cycle through, it actually shot both darts out, so that was really cool. I didn't have a single jam using this. There was that one misfire, but like I said, it just shot it out on the next round. Moving on to the pros. First pro that I found for this is just the weight. It's got a nice hefty feel to it, but it's not overly heavy. It's just dense. It doesn't feel flimsy. Pro number 2, plastic quality is really nice. It just feels good in the hand. Everything's real comfy. Everything's ergonomic, except this grip. Fix this, Jet Blaster. The next pro is that they have these 2 cutout slots here. So there's one on either side of the blaster, so you can access any potential jams if you need to, or you can just pop this whole thing apart and, you know, remove any blockages, fix up your internals, do whatever you need to do to make this blaster function again. So I think that's really cool. Next pro, this stock is excellent. No matter what setting you put it to, it's nice and sturdy. There's no play on it. There's no back and forth play on it. At the very last setting, there's a little bit of side-to-side play, but I'm not ever going to have that out there. I'm always going to keep it in nice and tight. The next pro is this magwell is probably the smoothest magwell I've ever used. It loads in with the breech closed perfectly fine. Watch this. Effortless. Effortless. You can go on the back prime right to releasing the mag without losing any momentum. I have to say, you guys kind of outdid yourself on this one. I'm really, really impressed. I have to say also, this mag release, super well placed. You can actually activate it with your mag hand if you need to. There's enough of kind of a catch area. It's all curved up on the inside here. So there's enough of a catch area that if you wanted to, you could engage that with your mag hand. But I prefer to just use my pointer finger or my middle finger. Also, I failed to mention that there's a sling attachment point right here, which is super neat. I think that's really cool. So props to that. And finally, you have Picatinny rail all the way back on this barrel portion, just if you want to be super tactical. I've actually got a pair of pop-up sights coming, and I'm probably going to put them on this, or I might put them on something else. But yeah, that was the Ceda by Jet Blaster. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you see, please subscribe so I can continue to make content. I'm going to get back on the ball with this. I promise, guys. I swear to you, this is my pre-2019 New Year's resolution. Anyway, thank you so much. I do really appreciate it. If you guys want to send me anything, I love getting mail from you guys. I do have a P.O. box. I'm going to put the information in the description below. So feel free to shoot me some messages or some packages, whatever you want to send me. So I love getting mail from you guys. I do check the mail every Friday. And so I'll have a mail video up, you know, on weekends when I do get mail. So please feel free to send me some mail. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you later.